This morning, as I was out in the garden doing my chores, having fun, getting ready to water the plants, I kept having this thought, and that is this. If God wanted to teach us something, how would God do it? Would God write it down in a book? And if so, what language? Because language has a great deal to do with understanding. So I was wondering, would God write a regular book? And if not a book, would it be in a scroll? And if God didn't write it in a scroll, maybe tablets of gold? I mean, who knows? And surely there are lessons about life that God would want to teach us so we wouldn't have to learn the hard way all the time. But how would God do that? Maybe God would use the media, the television. Maybe God would speak to us through television. Maybe the Oprah Winfrey Show or American Idol are God's ways of teaching us things. It's possible. Maybe God would use the internet. Maybe Facebook is God's way of communicating with us. All these things are possible, I guess. But then I started thinking about the Essene philosophy, and it was obvious. The answer is right in front of me. The Essenes teach that most every lesson we need to learn in life can be learned by working in the garden. In a garden, just like in life, you need to plan ahead if you want to have success. You need to be persistent. You need to work hard. If there's a problem, you need to nip it in the bud. Take care of it right away, because little problems can become big problems if you let them hang around. In a garden, just like in life, the more research and knowledge you have, the better chance at success you're going to have. So there's many things in a garden that apply directly to life. In the garden, you'll learn that when things are just starting out in life, they need help, they need support. They need help to protect them from many of the dangers that are out there. In the garden, you learn that if things get overcrowded, you have to thin them out. Otherwise, they just won't work properly, and it'll lead to a lot of frustration. Now, just like in life, sometimes you get some big surprises in the garden. And that teaches you that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Profound. A garden is just like life. If you want to have success, and if you want things to grow and bloom, you just need to pay attention to detail, and you need to work hard. Now, I like to get things off my chest, and one thing that's kind of bugging me is that when I look at schools, any school, I see that they have all kinds of room for baseball fields and football fields and track and field fields and rugby fields, basketball, everything. But what about a garden? I mean, I'm sure kids learn lots of things on the sports field, but there are so many lessons in a garden that kids could be learning. I think every school should have a garden. So I guess it boils down to this. Whatever you're trying to grow, if you want it to be beautiful, if you want it to be strong, if you want it to bring you years and years of pleasure, then follow the lesson of the Essenes. The most important ingredient of all is love.